It's Wednesday, and you know what that means? It's TikTok with Spiky Nkrumah. So today we're discussing permissions, and more permissions. Spiky, take it away.
Well, like you started it, it's always about permissions. People have been installing applications on their devices, and they grant them unlimited permission to everything that their phones can do. What business does a flashlight have asking you for permission to access your location? Do you know what that means if you're granting that permission to that flashlight application?
No.
If that application is coming from a hacker, you're giving that hacker that permission to know exactly where you are at every single time. Would you want that?
Of course not.
Exactly.
Of course.
So as you can see behind me, this is an app being installed and it's asking me for permission to use my camera. So I'll ask myself, why does this application need to use my camera if it doesn't need to use my camera?
Okay.
Right? So you don't allow it. I don't allow permissions, just like that. Like I'm using a voice recorder and it wants to access my contacts. Like really, why do you want to access my contacts?
Because because when you're recording a voice, you want to send it to someone in your contacts. Yes.
That's when you know this.
Okay.
You know that maybe this voice recorder wants to be able to send this audio to one of my contacts, then yeah, you allow it. But like I used the example as the flashlight. And this came up in the news where some flashlight application was stealing information from people and they didn't know. Okay. I mean, most phones right now have flashlights. So why would you even want to install a flashlight from the from the Play Store? So you've downloaded an application, you don't know what permissions you've granted. For iOS, you can simply just go to your application list and you can see all the permissions that you're granting it. So some applications are asking for your location services, some are asking for access to your contacts, your calendars, your reminders, your photos, your Bluetooth, your microphone, your camera, even your health notifications. I mean, your health information, your HomeKit. If an application is asking for all these permissions, when its sole purpose has nothing to do with something like your health. Once again, flashlight, asking for access to your photos, to your health, you should be wary. So, I mean, if you've already installed these applications, all you have to do is go into your settings, go into your app list, and check to see the access that you've given to these applications. And then if you go to Android on the Play Store, you'd see that I'm installing Flashlight. And it's asking for in-app purchases, permissions to make purchases, which is normal. It's asking for permission to access my locations, which is a bit fishy. It's also asking for permission to access my photos, my media, and my files. Why would my flashlight want to do that? It's not like it's a flash for the camera. So I wouldn't allow that, and I wouldn't install it. It is also asking for access to my camera. Once again, fishy.
Okay, but then once again, you're taking a picture, the flashlight wants to come in, and help you with the quality of the picture. Yes, no?
Really?
Yes, no?
Your camera has its own flash, which you can even activate directly from the phone. Most phones have a flashlight toggle built in. So it doesn't need to access your camera, right? Ride maps?
Yeah, but...
Why would you want to do that?
Okay. But, okay, carry on.
So, I mean, that's basically what everyone should know. And, I've been trying to explain to people about Facebook Messenger. When you're installing an application, they ask you for permission to do certain things with the information you're providing.
Yeah.
Example, Messenger. When you're installing Messenger, it asks you for permission to use your camera when you're not even activating it. It asks permission to access a lot of things on your phone.
Like your camera,
there's been news
your contacts.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's been news that Facebook has been using this information to suggest contacts for people. So you notice that I meet you, I take your number, I save it on my phone. Next thing I know, I'm on Facebook and I see a recommendation. Hey, would you like to be friends with Maps? How did Facebook know that I met Maps yesterday?
But then isn't that helping? Because not everybody is on Facebook, and I lose my contact, or I lose my phone, and I lose your contact. So I'm on Facebook, and I'm like, oh, Kobe, I've got Kobe on Facebook, so it's going to help, is it not?
It does help in a certain way, but if you're someone who likes to protect your privacy, and you don't want everyone to know that you're on Facebook,
or not,
this is not helpful. You want to remain a private person, So why would you want Facebook recommending you to someone you just met and you just gave your number? You don't really want to connect with a person on social media because maybe your social media life is different from your actual life. So it's just a matter of preference, really.
Yeah.
Some people don't mind. They don't mind if the whole world knows that they're online. They don't mind if they're giving permission to all the applications until that application steals their bank details and then they wake up one day and all their money is gone. Then they're concerned.
It's like sometimes with your banking apps, they ask you for permission for your contacts and your messages.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, someone has, like, your banking apps has your contact and you don't know how it got there. And now someone might try hack into your banking. Like, do you understand?
Yeah.
And Kobe, sometimes people can check out your locations on social media apps to stalk people and like perpetrate crimes. So
Exactly.
what do you think about that?
That's why we always talk about permissions.
Yeah.
If you're adding people on social media, a lot of people add people without even knowing them. We spoke about this thing on Geek Squad last week. People want to be popular on social media, so they're adding people. They're just increasing their numbers. If I'm a predator, if I'm someone who just wants to get you, who's out there to get you, I follow you on social media, I steal someone who you know's identity and send you a friend request like some hackers do. They would take someone who's already a friend, use their image, use their name, and then send you a friend request and say, hey, I am this person, my other account got locked, so could you add me again? And then you add. And once you've added me, I'm like, huh. Then I start asking you questions. You believe me because you think you already know me, right?
But then how do I know which apps to trust in giving permissions? Because I can say Facebook, you can get my location, you can get my contacts because, you know, I want my social life and my personal life to come together. But how do I know which app to trust?
Everyone who uses an application is usually asked to give a review of an application some way or the other by the app developer. They want, because the more good reviews you have, the higher up the food chain on the App Store you are. And if I have a rating of 4.6 or above, or 4.5 and above, it means that I have good ratings. So you can go and watch the reviews of the app before you install it. So with this app right now that I'm looking at, it has 10 million downloads, it has a 4.5 star rating, and it has 103,434. So people give you their reviews. You can see someone says, very useful. Someone says, it comes so many ads. So you read the reviews and you know whether it's useful or not.
But then how do I know that the reviews are true? Like,
That's
people can just write to their own stuff.
Very true.
Yeah.
So once again, it's up to you, the user, to look at these permissions and see if it really requires these permissions. Does it need access to my location? Does it need access to my camera? Does it need access to my contacts? If it doesn't, why give it access to it?
So basically, I must just go with my gut.
So no, basically, you should know what you're going in for.
Like, I should read the reviews. If I don't trust them, you know what happens, happens. If people stalk me, then life's tough, you know.
But if they steal your information, that's bad.
Okay, that's very bad.
But normally, there's also recommended applications by these stores. So Google recommends certain applications, so you can count on them. I mean, Google wouldn't recommend a bad application, would they? So always look out for the recommended badge.
All right, Kobe and Nkrumah, thank you so much for that tech talk. And to borrow from so one last question before you go.
Right.
Does every app ask for permission, or once you download, you automatically give permission?
Once you download, you are asked for permission. Previously, once you download, it already gives it permission. But once you download now, before it continues, it would ask you, I need permission to access your contact. I need permission to access your location. I need to access, your camera. So you know all this prior to giving it those. So you have to accept. You have to allow it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So thank you for the tech talk. But to borrow the words of the late Stephen Hawking, seize the moment, act now. We're here together and we need to live together with tolerance and respect. We must become global citizens. Have yourselves a wonderful, awesome Wednesday.